Hello everyone, welcome to the virtual Studio 330. If you haven't met me yet, my name's Ashley Simpson and I teach here throughout the week. So I hope you have fun and enjoy this next video. Just get comfortable lying down on your spine. Start to take up some space with your arms and your legs. Getting comfortable. You could take a deep inhale and exhale to sigh out the mouth. Allow that deep breath to allow the bones to be heavy. The fascia, the connective tissues, all to soften and let go. Letting go of anything that happened before you started. Letting go of anything you have planned afterwards. So you can just be here in the present moment, in the physical body, and out of the mind, knowing that the mind bounces back and forth between then, now, and when. And so actively staying with the now, in the physical body, and out of the mind. Starting to shift your awareness to your physical body, checking in, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort, and tuning into those areas that feel really yummy. Perhaps you can spread that sensation throughout the body with the breath. And checking in with how you feel emotionally, mentally, perhaps even spiritually. Just being aware. No need to change any thought patterns or any emotions that arise. Just simply notice. Beginning to shift awareness to the breath. No need to change it. Becoming conscious that you are in fact breathing. The breath, slow and relaxed, in and out. Perhaps by shifting your awareness to your breath, it's automatically deepened. It's already slowed down. You could invite a count to the breath. A 3 or a 4 count on your inhalation, and a 4 or 5 count on your exhalation, just lengthening the exhale slightly longer. And as you continue watching your breath, think of an intention for your practice. It could be a word, a phrase, an image of a smiling face, something that brings you joy, that you can continue to come back to with the breath, knowing that the mind will wander, and using this tool, this intention, to come back to the breath. And taking one more big inhale here. Exhale to sigh out the mouth. Let everything go. And on your next inhale, begin to point your toes. Stretch your hands to the back of your space. Take a full body stretch here. And exhale, begin to hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side, massage the low back. And grabbing onto the knees with the hands, start making wide circles with the knees and slowing this movement down. Imagine you're moving through slow motion, inhaling the knees away from you. Exhale to hug them back in. And moving in the opposite direction now, making those circles the other way. And coming back to center, lowering the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Cross the right knee over the left. Bring the arms out to T, straight out from the shoulders, or cactus arms by bending at the elbows. Push the left foot down into the mat so you can inch the hips slightly over to the right, and then exhale both knees down to the left. Coming into your twisted roots, gaze could stay at the ceiling, or you could shift the gaze over towards the right hand, taking the twist all the way up the spine, seeing what's available for your neck. Perhaps you inch the left shoulder blade closer towards the left side of your mat, encouraging both shoulder blades to stay planted. And notice how this twist changes the flow of the breath. Staying for 2 more breaths. Not in a hurry to find the next shape. If the gaze was shifted, find an inhale to lift it back up to center. Exhale to slowly lift the knees back up, unwind them. Realign the hips if necessary. And we'll cross the other way, crossing the left knee over the right. Push the right foot slightly down into the mat so you can inch the hips over to the left, and then let the knees fall to the right. Option to shift the gaze over to the left hand and settle in. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy these moments of stillness. Your next inhale lifts the gaze. Exhale to slowly unwind the knees. Hug the knees back into the chest. Grab onto the backs of the thighs. We'll rock and roll the length of the spine 2 or 3 times, eventually making your way up to find your comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. You could move the fleshy bits out, find your sits bones here, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes, find a gentle smile. On your inhale, circle your arms up to the sky, bring the palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to sweep the arms. Exhale to lower. Inhale to sweep up. And this time, exhale, lower the right hand down to the right side. Inhale, reach the left arm up a little further. Exhale to side bend to the right. You could shift the gaze up to that top hand as you drop the shoulder down and open the heart. Inhale, both hands come back up. Exhale, the left hand lowers. Reach up on an inhale with the right. Exhale to side bend to the left. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, lead with the chest and fold over the legs. Coming down to your degree. Inhale, walking your hands back up. We'll cross the legs the other way. Perhaps this way maybe feels a little bit awkward or uncomfortable. It's supposed to. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, walking your hands back up to center, turning your hands to plant them towards the top of the mat. Swing your feet out to one side to make your way into your tabletop position. Pressing your palms down into the mat. The wrist creases are facing the front of the mat. The shoulders are down. The gaze is down but slightly ahead of you. Find space for the neck. Tuck the ribs in. Engage the core. Tops of the feet and shins are pressing down, so feeling quite active here. On your inhale, tilt your belly, open your heart, cow. Exhale, push into the hands, round the spine, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more full round, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale to come back to a neutral table. Exhale to extend your right leg long. The right toes will plant behind you. Stretch into the back of the right leg. Perhaps you stay in stillness or a rock, front to back. Seeing if you prefer movement in this moment or stillness. Coming back to stillness. On an inhale, cross your right toes over towards the left corner of the mat. Exhale to gaze over the left shoulder. Find a stretch through the entire right side body. Inhale to come back to center. Keep the right leg extended. Bring the left toes out like a kickstand. Toes could be tucked or untucked. Pivot on the ball of the right toes, bringing the foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips, push out of the bottom hand as you reach out of the top fingertips. Option to keep that right foot planted, or you could play with your balance and lift that leg straight out from the hip, flex the foot. Enjoy one more breath. And on your next exhale, slowly come back down into your tabletop position. Inhale to tilt the belly. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale back to a neutral table. Exhale, the left leg extends long. Stretch into the back of the leg, finding that rock front to back, or enjoying the stillness. Making your way back to center, find an inhale to cross the left toes over to the right side of the mat. Exhale to gaze over the right shoulder. Find the lengthening from the left hip to the left shoulder. One more breath. And on your exhale, come back to center. Keep the left leg extended. Bring the right toes out like a kickstand. Pivot on the ball of the left toes as you reach the left arm up to the sky. Again, stack the shoulders, stack the hips. And option to lift that left leg straight up, finding your gate pose on this side. Enjoying 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, slowly come back down into your tabletop position. The hips are going to stay stacked over the knees. Begin to walk the hands out towards the top edge of the mat so you can lower down to your forearms. Your forehead or chin will come to rest. Coming into your puppy pose, melt your heart. Feel the stretch through the arms, the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, the low back. And as you inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands back up underneath the line of your shoulders. Inhale, tilt the belly, open the heart, cow. Exhale, push into the hands, round the spine, cat. Inhale to a neutral table. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. You could pedal the feet here, walk your dog. Notice where you feel any areas of tension or discomfort. Shake the head, yes and no. Soften through the neck. And coming back to stillness, pushing into the index finger and the thumb, externally rotating the arms, broadening the upper back. See if you can have a bend in the knees slightly to shift the hips up and back a little more. Then maybe you straighten the legs. Find your breath. As you inhale, come up onto your tiptoes. Exhale to soften the heels. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale to soften down. Inhale to gaze forward. Tiptoe your feet all the way towards the top of the mat. Feet come in between the hands, forward fold, Uttanasana. Have a healthy bend into the knees so the belly's resting on the thighs. You could grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Soften through the low back. Soften through the neck. Releasing your bind, tuck your chin into your chest and find an inhale to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Head and neck rising last, and as you make your way up, inhale your shoulders up, back and down. One more time, inhale. Exhale down. Your feet could be hip width apart or big toes touching, heels slightly separated, seeing what feels comfortable for you. Finding your mountain pose or Tadasana. Arms by your sides, palms facing out, close your eyes. Find that gentle smile. Chin is parallel to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Interlacing your fingers, inhale, flip your palms up to the sky. Find length through both side bodies. Exhale, side bend to the right. Push out of the left foot, roll that left shoulder up and back. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive, soft knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. With soft knees, sweep your arms all the way back up to the sky. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach the biceps in line with the ears this time. Exhale, bring the sits bones back. Find your chair. Tuck the ribs in. Shift the weight back to the heels. You could lift the toes, drop the shoulders. The heart is shining forward rather than down. See if you can sit a little lower and still breathe. On your exhale, lengthen the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your plank. Your plank could be from toes or knees. Take one inhale here. Exhale to lower all the way down to your belly through knees, chest, chin, or through low plank. As you make your way down, untuck your toes. Bring your fingers on the outside of the mat, tent your hands, stack the elbows over the wrists. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower down. Plant the hands beside the ribs. Tuck the toes and lift the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Enjoy 3 breaths in your downward dog. Perhaps you take a big inhale. Exhale to sigh out the mouth. Letting go of any heat that you've built up. One more inhale, and one more exhale. And as you inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Enjoy one inhale. Exhale to lower down. Hands beside your chest this time. Inhale to lift, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more time. Inhale to lift. Perhaps you lift the palms. Feel the strength through the low back. Exhale, lower the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Finding those 3 breaths once again. Take a big inhale, sigh out the mouth. Let go of any heat. One more inhale. One more exhale. And as you inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And bringing your hands to your hips, we're going to play with balance a little bit. So pressing the left foot down into the mat, you can lift the toes, plant them down one at a time. Get light into the right foot, coming up onto the ball of the right toes. Find a gaze or a drishti, something in front of you to look at that's not moving. And as you feel ready, begin to lift the right knee into the chest. Flex the foot. Bring the right hand to the right knee. Open the knee out to the side. Captain Morgan's pose. You could stay just like this, or you could begin to find your tree by bringing the foot onto the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Keeping your hands on your hips will provide a little bit more stability. You could bring your hands to heart center. Maybe you even grow your branches. Perhaps it's windy wherever you are. And stay for 3 breaths, knowing if you fall out, that's okay. Balance changes every day and on both sides. We'll all meet back up with our hands at heart center, guiding the knee back out in front of you. Pause here, extend the leg, point the toes, lift the leg a little higher and higher. Exhale, set it back down, shake it out. Moving right into the other side. Hands come back to your hips. Press the right foot down into the mat. Lift the toes, spread them out one at a time, and get light into the left foot. As you feel ready, find that gaze or that drishti and begin to lift the knee into the chest. Flex the foot. Left hand to the left knee, open the knee up. Find that Captain Morgan's pose. Stay here or begin to come into your tree. The foot on the ankle, the calf. Avoiding the knee, you could lift the foot up to the inner thigh. Feeling strong in that right foot. Options for your hands are your hips at heart center or reaching them all the way up. If you'd like to challenge yourself, you could shift your gaze up towards your ceiling, the sky, wherever you may be practicing. We're here for 2 more breaths. Coming back out, in if you fall out. Finding an exhale to bring your hands back to your heart if they weren't there already. Guide the knee back out in front of you. Point the toe, extend the leg. Lift it a little higher and a little higher. Exhale, set it back down, shake it out. And on your inhale, we're gonna begin to reach our arms all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Take 1 inhale. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog, yogi's choice. Exhale, downward dog. Your next exhale, drop your knees to the wide edge of the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Sink your hips towards your heels. Coming into your wide-legged child's pose, Balasana. See if you can soften even more through the hips. Reach through the arms. Come back to that intention. On your inhale, begin to walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, stacking the left hand on top of the right. Keeping the forehead planted, find that side body stretch through the left side. Notice if you can create any length on the exhales and move into that. Inhale back to center. Exhale right over to the other side. Stacking the right hand on top of the left. Finding the length through the right side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale to soften a little bit more. And on your next inhale, begin to push the hands down into the mat. Lift the hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Your next inhale will lift the left leg up. The foot is flexed, the sacrum is flat. Exhale to gaze forward and step the left toes towards the top of the mat. You can help your foot there if you need to. Take your time. Steady your balance, and as you feel ready, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Drop through the shoulders, reach through the fingertips. That front knee is stacked over the front ankle. The back leg is long and strong up on the ball of that back foot. Inhale here. Exhale to pivot on the ball of the back foot so your foot comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms come to a T. Gaze over that front middle finger. See if you can soften through the hips even more. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward. Exhale to reverse. Inhale back to 2. Exhale, drop the left elbow towards the left knee. Sweep the right arm in front of the face, up and over the ear. Find the length through the right side, all the way from the toes to the fingertips. Using your core to hold you up here. Inhale back into warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale to 2. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Frame that front foot. The right hand stays planted. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. Coming into a twist. Hugging the thigh into the belly. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Heel toe the left foot out to the side of the mat. So both hands come on the inside of that left foot. Lower the right knee down. Preparing for your lizard pose. You could keep both palms planted, or you could drop down to the elbows. We're gonna stay for 5 breaths in our lizard, knowing you have time to deepen. You also have time to retrace your steps if you've gone too far. You could keep that left foot planted, or perhaps you roll out to the outer edge. Enjoying 2 more breaths. And as you inhale, begin to plant that left foot if it wasn't planted. Plant the palms underneath the shoulders and heel toe the left foot back underneath the line of the face so you can frame the left foot. Tuck the right toes, step back into your plank. Take a flow here or go straight back into your downward dog. See what your body's feeling at this point in your practice. Meeting back up into downward dog, take those 3 breaths. Perhaps taking an inhale and exhale to sigh out the mouth. Letting go of any unnecessary heat. On your inhale, lift the right leg all the way up and back. Exhale, gaze forward and step the right foot towards the top of the mat. Steady your feet, find your foundation. As you feel ready, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Tuck the ribs in. Keep that back leg strong. Reach through the fingertips. Inhale here, grow a little taller. Exhale, arms come to T, pivot on the ball of that back foot. Coming into your warrior 2. Stack the shoulders over the hips. See if you can soften a little more. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale to 2. Exhale, lower the right elbow towards the right knee. Sweep the left arm up in front of the face, over the ear. Avoiding dumping too much weight into that bottom hand. Use your core. Inhale, back up to 2. Exhale, we'll windmill the hands down to the mat. Frame the front foot. Press the hand down as you reach the left arm up to the sky. Coming into the twist. Hugging the belly and the thigh together. Pushing out of the bottom hand so you can stack the shoulders. Exhale to plant that top hand. Heel toe the foot out to the side of the mat. So both hands come on the inside of the front foot. And lower the back knee down. Untuck the toes. Option to stay just like this with the palms planted, or you can lower down to your forearms for your lizard. That left foot could stay planted, or you could roll on to the outer edge. Maybe it's your right foot. I think it's your right foot. Whatever foot you have forward. Enjoying 3 more breaths here. Seeing if you can soften in places that you don't need to hold on to. And last breath. And on your next inhale, begin to plant that foot. Heel toe the foot back underneath the line of the face. You can frame the foot with the hands. Untuck the back toes, step back into your plank. Take your flow or go right to down dog. As you make your way into your downward dog, drop the knees to the mat. The knees stay together this time and sink the hips towards the heels. The forehead comes to rest. You could leave the arms extended out in front of you, or you could bring them down by your sides, alleviating a little bit of pressure through the shoulders, the arms. Coming back to your intention. Enjoying 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, begin to lift your gaze to come to sit on your heels, swinging your feet out to one side, extending your legs long in front of you. Hug the right knee into the chest. Guide the knee out to the sides. You can plant the sole of the right foot on the left inner thigh. Align the torso over that left leg. Inhale to reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale to tip from the hips and fold over the left leg. Hands can just rest anywhere they land. Thinking of bringing the crown to the toes rather than the nose to the knee. Lifting up and out of the hips with every inhale and using your exhale to soften into that space you create. And on your next inhale, walking the hands back up to center, extending the right leg long. And hug the left knee in. Guide the knee out to the side. Plant the sole of the foot on the right thigh. Keeping that right leg flexed. The foot is flexed. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lead with the chest and fold. Using your breath to find length through the spine. To continue to grow taller here. And on your inhale, slowly walking your hands back up to center, extending the left leg beside the right. Both feet are flexed. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Coming to your degree, finding that first edge. You could grab onto the soles of the feet with the hands, maybe the big toes, but really using the length in the spine to fold. Knowing that you have that time to deepen, to create the space that your body needs. And we're here for 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, releasing your bind and slowly making your way back up to center. Bending the knees, we'll plant the toes towards the top of the mat. So the sits bones are in the center, and we're gonna make our way all the way down to our spine. You can do that by grabbing on to the backs of the legs and slowly rolling yourself down. As you make your way down, just hugging your knees into your chest. And gently rock side to side, massage the low back. And planting the left foot down onto the mat, cross the right ankle over the left thigh and guide that right knee out to the side. Feel the stretch through the right hip. Option to stay just like this in your figure 4, or you could hug that left thigh into the chest and interlace the hands behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Wherever you are, continue to drop the shoulders down. Find length through the spine. Flex the right foot. You can soften the left foot. Find your breath. On your exhale, release your hands. Keep the right leg stacked and bring the left foot down to the mat. The arms will come out to T or cactus. Push the left foot down into the mat so you can inch the hips slightly over to the right, and then lower the right foot down to the left so the sole of the right foot plants entirely. You can use the left thigh to guide that right foot a little bit closer towards the armpit, deepening the stretch through the right hip. Taking those 2 breaths here. Finding an inhale to lift the knees back up to center, keeping the right ankle where it is once more. Heel toe the left foot slightly over to the left this time, and begin to exhale both knees down to the right. Feeling the stretch through the left hip, the left quad, perhaps maybe the glute. On your exhale, release the right ankle from the left thigh and slowly bring the knees back up to center. Realign the spine if you need to, and we'll move right into the other side. So stacking the left ankle over the right thigh and guide that left knee out to the left as you flex the left foot. Option to stay just like this if you're feeling enough sensation here, or hug the right thigh into the chest, interlace the hands behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Drop through the shoulders, relax the sacrum down. On your exhale, release your bind. Plant the right foot down onto the mat. Keep the left ankle where it is. The arms will come back out to T or cactus. Push the right foot down so you can inch the hips slightly over to the left, and then exhale that left foot down to the right. Guiding that left knee up to the sky, you could use the right thigh to guide the left foot a little bit closer into the armpit. Enjoying those 2 breaths. As you inhale, slowly beginning to make your way back up to center, keeping the left ankle where it is. We'll heel toe that right foot slightly over to the right so you can lower both knees down to the left. Feeling the stretch through the right hip, the right quad. And think of lengthening that right knee even further away. Intentionally growing taller through the right side. On your exhale, release the left ankle from the right thigh and slowly inhale both knees back up. Hug the knees back into the chest. Guide the knees out to the sides of the ribs. Reach the arms on the insides of the knees so you can grab for the soles of the feet, the big toes, perhaps the heels, and then stack the soles of the feet over the knees, coming into your happy baby. Drop through the shoulders and find a little bit of resistance here by pulling down with the hands and pushing out of the feet. You could stay in stillness or you could rock your baby. You could bend one knee and lengthen the opposite leg. Take a few breaths to play. You could lengthen both legs. On your next exhale, release the hands from the feet, guide the knees back into the chest, and extend your legs up to the sky. Extend your arms to the sky. Allow your hands and your feet to just hang out. Your shoulders are heavy. Your back is firmly planted. The hips are sinking. Feeling just like a lazy bug. The limbs are softening. The blood is pooling into the center of the body. On your exhale, slowly bend into the right elbow, lowering the right arm all the way down onto the mat. The palm faces up. And bending into the left elbow, lowering the left arm down onto the mat. Soften through the right knee. Extend the right leg long onto the mat. And soften through the left knee. Extend the left leg long onto the mat. Allow the feet to splay out. And settle in for your Shavasana. Take an inhale, exhale, sigh. Find that heaviness once more of the bones sinking down into the mat. The fascia, the connective tissues softening. And take this moment. Soften the shoulders. Unclench the jaw. Soften the space behind the eyes. And simply just enjoy and be. Enjoying the next minute or so of silence. Knowing that I will bring you back as it's time. Breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in. I know I'm alive. And breathing out. I smile to life. Slowly coming back to your breath. Breathing back into your body. Inviting those subtle movements back in. Wiggling toes, wiggling fingers, and dropping the head side to side. And eventually hugging your knees into your chest. And rolling over to your right side, using your arm as a pillow. Taking a few breaths here, soaking in all the efforts of your practice, and checking in with how you feel. Noticing what changed from when you began your practice to right now, in this very moment. As you feel ready, use your left hand to push yourself up and find a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. And drop your shoulders down, bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes, find that gentle smile one more time. And bow your head towards your hands in gratitude for practicing yoga virtually, and for doing something just for you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.